Hello everyone, I am Finance Wale sir or the teacher of finance, and this is my finance channel wherein I will be talking about topics related to finance. I will be covering things such as Excel, advanced Excel, NPV, IRR, project finance, corporate finance, cash flows, free cash flows and whatnot. And here I am. I begin my channel with a video on Chat GPT, as this is going to be perhaps the most important thing in the world of finance as well as otherwise. We do not have a Chat GPT extension for Microsoft. It will be launched with the name of Microsoft Copilot. So for the time being, we will be covering Chat GPT for Google Sheets. It is likely to be somewhat similar, at least if not fully similar, for Microsoft Copilot. And so let's learn ChatGPT for Google Sheets just to get a hang and to build ourselves, make ourselves ready for Microsoft Copilot. So first of all, what is ChatGPT, you may ask? So we all know ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chatbot. Basically, it's a software which simulates human-like conversations. So essentially, ChatGPT is a trained software which will interact with you in the conversational way. You can ask questions, you can get your answers, you can ask for a correction, you can give a follow-up, you can ask a follow-up question, and it will give you an answer you are looking for. And it's built on large language models. So without much further ado, let's move to Google Sheets, which, as I said, is like Excel, and where we will be learning how to use ChatGPT for getting your tasks done. The first thing which you need to do to work on ChatGPT is you have to go to this extensions and you have to download ChatGPT. I already have it downloaded, so that's why it is showing GPT for Sheets and Docs. But for all those who haven't downloaded it yet, you have to go to extensions, click on add-ons, click on get add-ons. You will see this box opening, and just wait for a sec. It will open the Google Workspace Marketplace. Now here you will type GPT for Sheets and Docs. Yes, this is the one. You click here. When you click here, you will get this GPT for Sheets and Docs. You have to click here and you have to install it. Since it's already installed here, it's showing uninstall, but you will be installing it here. Once you install it, you will go back to extensions. You will again, you will now click on GPT for Sheets and Docs, and now you have to click on Set API Key. Now when you look for this API key, although I already have it, but how do you generate an API key? Well, click on this link, get your API key from the OpenAI dashboard. When you open this website, first of all, you need to have an account on openai.com to access this. So first thing you actually need to do is to open an account here. Now when you come here, you click on create new secret key. A new secret key will be generated, which will exclusively be for you. And when you get that key, which is here, I already have it, so I don't need to copy it. You copy it, you click OK, and then you have the key. Now you will put the key here. You will check it, it will show OK. You will click on save API key, and yes, wow, you have the key. So I'll cancel it as I already have it. Once I get the key as well, then I click again on GPT for Sheets and Docs, and I will click on enable GPT functions. Yes, this is the last thing I need to do. Mine is already enabled, so I need not do anything. So we are good for now. So yes, GPT is installed. How do I check it? I write equal to GPT, and I see all these prompts coming, as you can see: GPT, GPT map, tag, code, edit, fill, and whatnot. So to start with, I will only be telling you about, in this video, only about the basic GPT functions which I can do just by using the GPT prompt. So what all can I do with GPT? So let's say I start with, hey GPT, I will use inverted commas because this is how I write it. Write one line on India, inverted commas again, and bracket close. So let's see what it does. Wow, I got a line. India is a diverse and culturally rich country with a population of over 1.3 billion. So I asked GPT to write one line on India, and it did. Another way to do this is that I simply write a line on India, and then in any other random cell I click equal to, I write GPT, I open the bracket, I just select that cell, only D7, no inverted commas, I close the bracket and let's see whether it does the same thing or not. Well, wonderful. India is a diverse and vibrant country with a rich cultural heritage and a rapidly growing economy. So I did the same thing, but as you would have noticed, it has given me two different sentences. Here it talked about population, here it talked about economy. So yes, Chat GPT is, as I said, it's artificial intelligence. So that's why you are seeing on for same thing, you are even seeing different responses, which is very much possible and will actually happen a lot many times. So this is one basic way I can use GPT. But say, what if I wanted, say, once again I go to write a line on India and I say include history. I want to know about India and I want to know about its history as well. Now what I'll do, I'll click on equal to GPT, bracket open. I select these two simultaneously, GPT D6 to D7. I close the bracket and let's see whether GPT can write on India and also include its history as well, because I given it two instructions. Bingo! Well, see, India is a country with a rich history dating back to the Indus Valley civilization, shared by various empires including Maurya, Gupta, Mughal, as well as British colonialism. So see what I did. I just said write a line on India, include history. I just entered GPT and it gave me what I wanted. No coding, nothing. I just wrote two lines. I just used a very simple prompt, GPT D6, D7, and well, here I am. Another thing about GPT, let's say I don't want to include history. I just say to GPT, write a line on India, be creative. Well, let's see whether it is creative or not. India, where the colors of culture and tradition blend seamlessly with the vibrancy of modernity, creating a tapestry of diversity that's both mesmerizing and enchanting. Did you notice that you just said to GPT, be creative, and it gave you something which is very, very creative? So this is what the beauty of GPT is. You can get the output as you want it to be. Another thing to look for is GPT. Again, I say write a line on India, inverted commas. I put a comma value, let's ignore it for now. Another comma, it shows temperature. Temperature here means the creativity. It ranges between 0 to 1, and if it's 1, it's very creative. If it's 0, which is the default setting, it is not very creative. So I want it to be very creative, and I am close the bracket. I just said write a line on India. I did not write be creative. Instead, I put the temperature to 1 because I wanted it to be creative. It is a culturally diverse and geographically vast nation that boasts of a rich history and a promising future. So once again, it is creativity. It is not a fact. It boasts of a rich history, a geographically vast nation, and a promising future. So a GPT is using its creativity to give me an answer. So that's how I can use GPT to get any information which I am looking for. This is what it separates from, say, a Google search. I can make it creative, I can customize it as per my needs. But now you may ask that, hey, you talked about GPT for Google Sheets and you said you have a finance channel, but where is finance in between this? Well, GPT can help you with everything. So let's see if GPT can help me in something related to finance. So I say GPT, prepare a sample of income statement. If you guys are into finance, then of course you would definitely be aware of what an income statement is. And let's see whether GPT can generate a sample of an income statement for me, or the profit and loss statement as we call it. GPT takes time to give you answers. This is how it is. Let's hope things improve in the future version. Bingo, we have an income statement ready. Income statement for the year, which contains revenue, expenses, net income before taxes, income taxes, and net income. This is a sample. This is not a public data. This is not information of any given company. This is just a sample. Now you would notice that I did not ask GPT, I did not give GPT any hint on what the format should be, what line items of revenue and expenses should be there, which year it should be. I did not tell GPT anything. I just said prepare a sample of income statement. I did not say anything to GPT in terms of what exact details I'm looking for, but it did prepare a sample income statement for me. Want to go further? Well, let's say I'm a techie guy and I want to have some code. So I will say write a Python code to add a tab in an Excel workbook. Well, can it write a code for me? That's what to be seen. That too, a Python code. So, well, it's loading, loading. Let's see whether it helps me writing a code or it cannot. Be fast, be fast, be fast. Well, oh wow. As an AI language model, I don't have access to a local machine and can't write your Excel workbook, but can still provide me a Python code. So all those who are tech savvy, those who work on Python, can very easily figure out that this is a code for Python. So well, please note, the results may not exactly be what you are looking for. It may not be 100% accurate. So of course, we have to apply our own logic to see how things work out. But yes, without practically doing anything, by just writing a simple line, write a Python code to add a tab in an Excel workbook, I am getting the code which I want, and then I can modify it as per my needs. So well, this is, you can say, is the magic of GPT. Well, let's look for further things. As I said, GPT has a lot to do with creativity as well. So for example, coming back to my previous example, write a line on India, and now I want something related to India's economy, and say again I want the same thing, and say write a line on India, and I want something related to India's culture, I want something related to India's history, and something related to India's population. So now I am looking for something very specific, that this is what I am looking for. I just write GPT, I open the bracket, I just select these two set of columns and the relevant cells in that. I did GPT D8 to E11, and let's see whether I can get the required output or not. I'm looking for 4 different kind of information on India. Does it helps or does it not? Well, let's see. Bingo! See, it gave me what I was looking for. The first line is related to economy, the second line is related to culture, the third line is related to history, and the fourth line is related to population. So I got exactly what I was looking for in just a few seconds. Another way to do this, as you may be thinking that okay, I have this information into different columns, and let's say if I want to consolidate them, so I did something like write a line on India economy, on Indian culture, history, and population. In a way, I'm concatenating it. It's a very poor way of concatenating it, but will GPT get what I'm looking for? Because there is nothing like India economy. They are 2 separate words. India culture is not one word. India history is not one word. Will GPT understand it or not? Well, let's see. Well, bingo, it gave me exactly the information I was looking for. India's economy, India's culture, history, and population. So why? Because GPT has this brains to understand that when I wrote India economy together, what I meant was India's economy. India culture, I meant Indian culture or India's culture. I did not have to be exactly accurate to get the output which I wanted to do. So isn't it wonderful, guys? So let's see now if we want to be a little more creative. Let's say I am opening a bookstore, for example, and I say GPT, write a tagline for a bookstore. Why a tagline? Because that's what, well, I am looking for, and I also want to see is GPT creative or not. Because when it comes to something like tagline, it's creativity which matters and not the factual knowledge. Hey, discover a world of stories at our bookstore. Isn't it wonderful? Discover a world of stories at our bookstore. Now, once again, if I say write a tagline for a bookstore, or I write it here, write a tagline for a bookstore, and I say be humorous. A good way to introduce someone for a bookstore, isn't it? So again, select these two, and I say write a tagline for a bookstore and be humorous. So will it give me where every book is a bestseller, even if it's just in our hearts? Well, not very humorous, let's be honest, but not bad given that I got all of this just by writing a few lines and I got what I wanted. Another way to do this is GPT, write a humorous tagline for a bookstore, and 2 times commas and then 1, because I want a humorous tagline and I want it to be very creative as well. So let's see how it helps. Where paper and ink come to life and stories are cheaper than therapy. Well, yes, it is in a way humorous as well as it is very, very creative. So you see, there are different ways of getting the output that you want, which makes what GPT a very, very super powerful a tool, you can say. And as I said at the beginning, there are different ways of doing a thing. There's many things which you can do with GPT. In this video I talked about the basic functions of GPT, and I used only the basic GPT prompt. In my coming videos I will take you through all of these different prompts and see how they can be even more useful for your day-to-day work, whether it's finance or whether it's even something else. So well, this is it for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel, give me feedback on what you watched, and let me know if you want me to cover anything specific in this video. Just want to tell you one more thing, this video is also available in Hindi on my channel. ये वीडियो हिंदी में भी उपलब्ध है मेरे चैनल पर. यदि आप हिंदी से कंफर्टेबल हैं तो आप इसको हिंदी में देख सकते हैं. Thank you very much and I will meet you again in my next video. Thank you.